in between the lines here, and I'm here with my partner, Joe Hamilton, and we are at Musa's Academy, the boxing science with Coach Musa, as well as future champion, but been a champion all her life, Latia Sweet Williams. How y'all feeling today?
Great.
Partner, any questions you want to start off with as we are here a few days before Nationals, before a big tournament that we've been looking forward to? Is there any questions that you may have for Coach Musa or for Tia?
First of all, I want to start off with gratitude. Experiences to be able to just first time in a boxing ring, first time on a boxing platform. I've already got some knowledge from Coach Musa already. Just he tickled me at hair bumps right now because of the philosophy. I like the way you can be in the game training, and, it's a soothing aspect for a coach and also training somebody else. But yeah, I have lots of questions. First of all, with Sis, motivation, trying something new. Athletic, I know. Competitive, I know. Why boxing? Why at this particular time has it piqued your interest the way it has?
First, because they said boxing was the hardest sport in the world, and I know I'm the greatest athlete in the world, so I was like, let's take on the challenge. So, and now we're here. And me and Coach, I was introduced to Coach in 2022. So I left, and when I told Coach, when I come back, we're going to do this thing for real. And I started back in March, and now we're here.
You know what, just for me, I've always been involved in a team sport with team aspect of it, being able to lean on somebody else if you're a little tired, somebody can pick you up. What's a different dynamic between actually you and Coach, a different dynamic that you're in this ring alone by yourself and you have to fight your opponent, but also leaning to somebody else in the individual sport to be able to gain strength?
Well, actually, that's why I took on the challenge, because it's like, oh, you in there by yourself, you in the ring. I didn't want to do no team sport because I felt like my other teammates wasn't as motivated I was when it came to basketball. They wasn't trying to be the best of the best, and I needed this sport. And I met Coach Musa, and first he didn't coach women, and I joke about him. I said, that's why you ain't got no world champion right now, because you didn't want to coach no women. But now we here. So don't get me wrong, we still a team. I say, and it's even more challenging because we a team. Even though I'm inside the ring, he outside the ring. He's still looking at what's going on. Like he tell me all the time, I see it. You're gonna be doing stuff, and we're gonna be like, what he say all the time. He be like, you gonna be doing stuff, Tia, and I'm gonna be like, Coach, you seen that? And he gonna be like, I already told you. I already knew. He say that all the time. He already see it happening before it's already happening.
That's really good, Coach Musa. How does that kind of develop over time in training that you're able to be a teammate that you need to be for Tia or any of your boxing clients and boxers to be able to say, do this, do that, because I know everybody is different. How long does it take to develop that, trust to you, to her, and her to you, to be able to make sure she's comfortable in a one-on-one sport, but also a team sport, because you're in the foxhole with her as well?
Well, first of all, it takes vision to be able to see. And in that insight of you seeing, understanding the components of what's already there. Because a lot of time, what you're looking for is there, but the athlete really don't understand that it's there. And it becomes a great challenge for her or him to be able to comprehend, to receive what you're going to give it. So it's being able to set the principle right for her not to understand it right now, but just get the feel of doing it repetitiously. Because the fact that it will happen, it might not happen when she wanted to happen. Because in a case like that, some things happen 6 months down the line when you be done taught her 3 things out of the 6 things, then that one thing will happen. And then the next thing will start growing. Then she'll understand when she gets to the 4th thing, she'll understand the first thing. Right. Then we can build on it. Even in the doubt or the not being sure of themselves, it will start to add on. The confidence will start coming. Once they're able to see that, what you're trying to explain to them, that they don't even see in the beginning. Because all of that right there is harnessed within. It's inside of it.
Well, such a great response by Coach Musa. I want to talk about the experience that you have in the boxing gym in regards to coaching, and how long have you been training? How long have you even been here? Because correct me if I'm wrong, you was previously in the boxing camp with Muhammad Ali, or back during the time when Muhammad Ali was in the ring as well, correct?
Yes.
So, to today's date, what would you say that you feel is different about Tia? Like you said before, you usually don't deal with no amateur boxing, especially women. What would it be, or what's the reason that you chose Tia and that you all are a great partnership and future champions?
Well, number one, I told Tia when I first met her, I don't really get involved with women too much because women sometimes have a lot of issues, but they're easy to train. And then when you do find a female that has all of the components, a lot of things is pressure on her, boyfriend, children, all of these things. So what happened, you'll get an attachment to that. You'll fall in love with it because it had happened to me once. And, it just really made me feel disenchanted about it. So that's why I kind of braced myself when I met her. I didn't really bring the pressure to her. I just told her that, you could do this boxing if you really wanted to. And I left it like that. Just basically just training because she was already physical fit and being an athlete. I said, if you take up in boxing, I said, you can do it. But that wasn't a thing to encourage her to fight. I didn't encourage her. And so she just decided that this is what she wanted to do on her own. So now the hurdle is that now we're going to get into it now. Now the challenge is going to be what you're going to be challenged with, and you're going to be challenging me. And I tell everybody who I train, you challenge me, you're going to lose. You have to challenge what I'm giving you. And sometimes it's a bittersweet thing because it's hard to swallow. Because you're trying to be heard and whatnot, but you haven't been down that road yet. I've seen her and men 1,000 times over. You know what I mean? The same and even better. So it's now how am I going to embrace that to keep the encouragement that this athlete got the opportunity to go forward. So when she or he began to escalate a little bit, it just make me to feed a little bit more. Sit back and watch, see if she can make mistakes and then correct the mistakes that she make. Then once she becomes becomes coachable, I said, you're in the making of being something great. Because I look at the discipline.
Absolutely.
She has the discipline. She has the will. But she has more in herself, but because of certain blockage, not just her, any other fighter, certain blockage that she didn't understand that yet.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So once she gets past that, everything else that I already see is there. She can't see what I see.
Absolutely. I want to take the time and say to our audience, this is the importance of taking your child, taking yourself to a professional, somebody with the experience that done seen it for decades upon time or seen it thousands of times over, not necessarily allowing your child or yourself to be trained by somebody with inexperience that's not going to guide you to success or guide you where you're trying to go. Tia, now I want to ask you, of course, you known as Mama Puff and Auntie to a lot of people. I like the fact that your work ethic is second to none, and I always have success looking like, hey, this is how champions is supposed to work. Let's talk about when you get in this ring, understanding what you're putting on and understanding the reputation that come behind having the kids and everybody else looking up to you, because expectation is to win. No doubt about it. Expectation is to win. So how do you feel? Is it any pressure, or are you just happy to get in the ring and show what y'all been working on?
Well, like I tell Coach all the time, my anxiety was 3-4 weeks ago. I have it really bad, but right now it's like, we here. This been the plan since March, so it's just like this all what we've been working hard for. It's gonna be a lot of happy tears, but at the end of the day, like you said, if you ain't first, you last. Ricky Bobby, we gonna win. We ain't planning just to show up. And then, like I told Coach, the girl, whoever I'm fighting the first day, I'm gonna tell her don't unpack her bags because she's going home.
Yeah.
So we not playing. We not playing. We put a lot of work in. I said it's been a lot. I've been getting on Coach nerves. He been getting on my nerves. But at the end of the day, we gonna be champions and we a team. We gonna do this thing. So we determined. And but it's not no pressure. It's not no pressure at all. It's just anytime I ever felt pressure in here, it was me being Tia to work harder. So now it's like I put in the work and everything finna pay off. So it's like finally the payday is finally finna come. So now it's more so like I'm relaxed. Now Coach on the other hand, he gonna be a little nervous.
I love that aspect of my new family for 21 years, the Williams family, Vaughn, you, sis, Tia, your sister, Kenya, my wife, everybody, mom, Mila, everybody, because I'm not built from that type of cloth that win at all costs. Now, I've won, I will win, I will compete to win, but I'm from the cloth of there's a way you lose. How did you lose? Have you lost not giving it all? Have you lost not preparing and putting in the work that you're putting in? Have you lost being timid in the ring, on the football field, basketball court, not doing what you known to do? That's a bad loss. That's unacceptable.
Wow.
But if you lose me, and I so value what you were saying and how Vaughn is built off a different cloth, that if you gave everything you gave, if there's nothing you can possibly do differently, and that man, that woman, that person, that team over there, that day is better, I can lose that way. I know for some people that's unacceptable. For me, I love shaking somebody's hand and saying, look, you know what? I have nothing in the tank. You came over here, you beat me, your team beat me. Good job, I'll see you the next time around. Where did it come from? Please, then that's my question. I said all that to say, where did that type of mentality come from? Vaughn has it as well. Even him talking to Skylar and be like, hey, this is unacceptable and everything. And I'm like, I don't quite know if it's unacceptable. If the tank is empty, you have nothing left, you gave your very, very best, you came up short. I think it's quite like you'll see it next time you work harder. So can you dig a little deeper? Where did that come from?
Of anything, I think that's what I tell people. My boxing name is the Righteous Reaper. The righteousness comes from my mom. The Reaper comes from my dad. So the Reaper is Jimbo. Like how he instilled it in us from training at being healed. Like we gonna win. Like I could have won a game or lost a basketball game and had a good game. He called me. That's all you had. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what instilled into me. So it's just like even though Coach, he have high expectations from me. My expectations are high too. So you know it's like. No, that's all we know is winning. Like we done took too many L's personally in life this year in 2024 alone. We can't take no L's in this boxing ring. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, it's possible. I understand what you just said, but we don't even think like that because we work too hard. Like we work hard. Like no matter what happened this year, I came in here every day. Like I came in here at least 4 or 5 days a week, 4 hours a day. Like we've been doing this since March. So it's like this is what the plan is. So it's like it's unacceptable to you. Like my body feels great. I feel great. Like after this, I'm going to the pool, do some. I'm feeling great. So it's just like it's no excuse. Like that's just how I am. That's just how I am. It's going, and I'm proud to be that way. You know
that's
what I'm
great.
saying? Yeah, that's how I am. And I've been molded like that my whole life. So even in college, I was like that. Even when I was playing basketball, I had a great game at PV. After game, I work out and be like, man, I could have did this, I could have did that. They be like, you had a great game. I'm like, nah, I could have been better. It was always how to improve it, how to improve. I was never satisfied, no matter what. Like, I don't know. I was never satisfied. Like, we were trying to be the greatest.
And I can answer that to Joe in regards to Tia when it comes to this episode is champions only. Obviously, you Super Bowl champ. Tia gonna been winning rings in basketball forever, but now we transitioning to boxing, and Tia ain't never lost. Like, I'm confident when I say, hey, losing is not an option. You know, I get sickness. I can't even eat if we lose a game. I don't go to sleep. So when I say I'm confident to bet the house on Tia when it comes to this boxing, of course, when you playing a team sport, your team can let you down. But I'm 100% confident in Coach Musa and his experience make the best team for Tia to be able to do what we need to do to not even let it go the distance and dominate early. And she wearing, and it lets you know God's favorite. So if you do everything you're supposed to do and you give your all, we gonna come out victorious anyway because we God's favorite. And that's our response in regards to why we supposed to win.
I want to piggyback off what you said. I always be joking that when I wanted to start boxing, I was like, I gotta have a perfect coach. I gotta have a great coach. And so when I met Coach Musa, he told me he don't really work with. I knew that. So it was like, I'm not gonna ask him. I want him to tell me that I could do it. I wanted him to see it in me. So I was like, I'm gonna just work hard, and then he gonna tell me I could do it, and then I'm gonna make him be my coach. So he didn't know he was a part of the plan already before I came. So it was just like, yeah. So when it happened, I'd be like, I tell Coach, I said, when we won our last nationals, I said, Coach, you know you're the greatest coach in the world, right? I'm like, we done won the nationals in 25 weeks. I'm like, you're good. I said, I'm a great athlete, but you're a great coach. And I said, ain't no denying it.
That's inspiring. That's inspiring, and I do not disagree with anything. It's just such an inspiring act, and the way you go about it is just that, it can rub off that, if you're going to be alongside me, if you're going to be a part of my team or somewhere near me, that mentality is a first and foremost till you work, you put in the work, and you expect to win, and you win at all costs. Coach, I would like to ask you, how important is that because I know a lot of coaches, they always say that, I don't want to meet you at 60%, whereas meaning that I'm going to give 60% effort and 40% from the player, from the athlete. When an athlete goes 100% and you don't have to push, you don't have to motivate, that all they want is that coaching and they're there for the coaching. How important is that to not have to spend a lot of time driving and waking up and somebody comes in sleepy and not feeling like working, and you have to spend 30 minutes motivating when you can spend working? How important it is to get an athlete like Tia already motivated and willing to come in and work?
It's very motivating because the fact that as a coach, you see how much a person wanted. I always have high expectation. I don't care how great you are, but I always say that you have to proof test that. And like I told her, I said, whatever energy you have, I look at it as 10 times maximum what you got. So looking at her right now, being as great as she was in other sports, whatnot, so I'll rate that like maybe a 3 according to what I want. So when you get in here with me, and you here, and even though you look at how you was then, it ain't good enough for me. Because the fact that when you get here, then that means that if you haven't seen that, you're going to break right there. So I say proof test yourself. Let's see when you're tired. So I put her through tests, to proof test herself to see how tired she can get and what she's going to do when she get tired. We have a drill in here we call the 90. Put her on the 90. She'll be beginning to fade her out after the 60 minutes. Now we're going to the last part of the 90. Then within 15 minutes of the last part, the energy level picks back up. Because she's seen where she died at right there, and then she was able to do that on the next 15 minutes. So that's saying the next time we do that, she's going to bring it up a little higher. And she's going to bring it up higher. She can go 90, and then she can be able to, we can go another 30. Because sometimes she would say, Coach, we can do this, or you want me to do that? See, that's good, because that shows more achievement within herself and more greatness. Because why? Because there's always somebody like you that's thinking like that, and you're going to meet you. So when you're able to meet you, like I always use an example, is that when a fire is breaking out and it's out of control, how do you contain it? You contain it by drawing a trench and then meeting it with fire. So to neutralize it in the center. So like I tell her, I said, when the fire come on, then we bring the heat too. It got to be right there. Don't fold, because you're in a sport where it's not favorable for you. Because they got judges, politicians, and all of this, and they got their children fighting in there right now, and the odds is against you because they want that person to win, but you got to be convincingly, because I don't want you to ever feel that they stole something from you. You can't leave it into the judge's hand. So when I see that, and as I say to her, I said, the fight is won right here. inside this ring.
Practice.
Sometimes I'll say to her, hey, you're not giving me this. Well, you'll see. No, I ain't going to see. I'm going to see now. You can't tell me what I'm going to see later on if I don't see it now. I have to see it now. Now, if you're going to make me feel better about it, you understand what I'm saying? Then you ain't ready for that level right here. You're going to die right there. But when you give me more right here, and I tell all the time, I said, die, fall down, get on your knees. When you fall on your knees, still keep fighting. You know, because there's hope. Then that drive is going to come out of you. Don't wait until you get damn near beat up, you know, to start doing certain things. Show that you are that great athlete. Show that will. Go deep down in yourself. Deep down in yourself. Because one of the proverbs that Muhammad Ali said, you got to be able to die. Because through death is life. The leaves fall off the trees during the spring, during the fall. Then it comes back in the spring. And the tree is just as pretty as it was when it had all the leaves on it. You see what I'm saying? So that's with her. And she can win. I say it's up to you. It's up to you. You do everything that you say you're going to do, and what you went through, you're going to win it. And this is why whatever I give you, you got to keep struggling with it, because it's going to show in the ring. And that's what happened when she fought in the first amateur. I said, go out there and step to her in the first. I said, you're going to quit. You understand what I'm saying? She went out there, she come back, what happened? I said, she quit. You won. I didn't even do nothing. Why? It seemed easy because of what we worked through. Yes. When I put on certain things and she might not feel like doing it, you're not going to fight like that for 3 rounds. You know, you'll have a pace of what you do, but you done made her stop within, damn, you know what I mean? I didn't even feel that. You know what I mean? Because I ain't wailing on her for like 3 minutes straight. You might be done hit it with 4, 5, 6 punches in the 3 minutes that you're supposed to do. And they done quit because referee done did like that because you don't have no answer. And that's what I'm trying to get in her to. I said, they gonna come at you like that, then you got to release that fire right back. Right. You got to release the fire right back to her. They start like that. You got to find a way, face up, and release it back and get control on them. Back their butt on up and take control. So she can do it. She can. Sometimes you have to get mad. I don't want you to get mad to do it. I want you to come on out. You get mad to show me you can do it. No, you can do it anyway. Don't wait until you get that point. You get mad. Come on out doing it. Like yesterday, going through a drill with the other coach in here. Come on, Tia. Come on, where you backing out? Within the last 15 seconds, she started doing what he asked her to do, but she could have did it even a little bit before that. Because she was getting a little agitated. And she, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. The referee ain't gonna let it go on like that. Referee gonna stop in it like that. But this is a good experience for her on this ride. And she gonna see when we first bout, you're gonna see what I say. You're gonna take the first round. You're gonna jump on, let her feel the power. Well, then we know how to back it down a little bit. You know what I mean? We ain't got to go with, because referee gonna step in and say 1, 2, 3, 4. It don't mean that you won the fight. Just giving the person a little chance to recover. But too many of those right there, it's like that because they don't have no answer. And I don't want them doing like that so they can give you the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They coming out like that, you meet them in the middle, you firing that stuff right back to them. You understand what I'm saying? And that's going to be next. Who next?
Back in between the lines, and Tia, I want to ask you what goes through your mindset when you hear the bell or the 10-second bell. Not many fights have reached that 10-second point because you've been putting them down early, but what goes through your mind as soon as the fight begins and you hear that bell?
Nothing. I really don't, honestly. I'm clear. I'm like, my mind is clear. Like, I don't, my subconscious takes over, and my muscle memory of anything I be saying, move your head, move your feet, move your head, move your feet. And then after that, that's it. Like, I don't remember, nothing go through my mind. My mind is really clear. And I just let my body do the work.
Trusting your instincts. I think that's good for the audience as well as all competitors, especially the youth, to understand when you put in the work, it's like brushing your teeth or anything that's second nature. you get to let your hair down and just do what you naturally do each and every day, except for now you have an audience to do it in front of.
Yeah, I call it the payday.
Payday.
It's the payday.
Nice.
So we working hard. We slaving up here in the ring. But when we actually fighting, it's payday. So it's all smiles. So it's about
Absolutely.
time. Like I can actually put somebody down. I don't feel guilty about it. Or if I hit somebody, I don't feel bad about it because this is what they signed up for.
And this is absolutely a great time to mention that for all sponsors and those that want to donate to the champion, we'll say click the link below. I'll provide a link here where you can donate and participate in Tia's championship run, because we going here to become champions. So let's talk about the upcoming tournament that's coming here. Coach Musa can probably explain a little bit more because he has the experience. Coach, what are we looking up against? Not necessarily the opponents because they don't matter much for us, but just back-to-back fights. How what is the structure? Is it a one-round robin or win or go home type atmosphere when we go into these nationals?
The nationals, you fight in a bracket. You don't know who you're fighting. Tia has 5 fights. She can fight a girl that got 60 fights, 70 fights, 80, 90, whatever it might be. It ain't no second chance. It's either fight, win, or go home, or stay and watch the rest of the fights. Mm-hmm. The reward is that, the challenge is that for her is a little greater than the first national that she won. Because this national is the national that they choose for the USA national team. This is where your Olympians come from.
Okay.
This type of national, along with other nationals that build points. So this is where they choose you at to fight against other countries. And then you get a chance to go to the Olympic camp, and then you get some money. They give you some money to take care of expenses and whatnot. You know, but some strings attached to it. They make sure that you're not using drugs and other stuff like that. Make sure you be the athlete because you're going to represent the United States team. So some of the athletes, through politics, get a chance to make that team, which they don't even deserve to be on that team. So with her, this was a great challenge because there's going to be more women and more competitive athletes that's going to be in there. So it's going to challenge her from being a winner of one national, whether she's stopping people in the first round or whatever, to be able to weather and come through this. So now you're going to weigh yourself from the first national, now you're in a competition level. You understand what I'm saying? So if you're not taking this girl out the first round, you say, okay, I know she might not stand up second round, I'm not going to tire myself out. In the third round, usually in the third round, that's where the fight is won at. Mm-hmm. The first round to establish it. The middle round, you got to stay with it. The third round, you got to go ahead on and put the pedal down, put the metal to the pedal. You understand what I'm saying? So you do that, then that would give her a leeway, motivate to who's next. We got such and such in the bracket next. You understand what I'm saying? You get to the semifinal, get to the final. So this way we'll go. So we're not going to leave anything on the table. And like he said, that whatever happens, that we'll know that we done put it all in. Because a lot of people got robbed at the national. Mayweather, Roy Jones, all of them, the Olympics and stuff like that. But they knew there was a better fighter. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that don't do anything. That as long as you know that what you did, that you was, and the people that know that you did that.
Yeah.
So I'm just expecting for her to just come on out, do her thing, dominate, and then also know that she can do what she's there to do. Mm-hmm. Know it. So when you step out there with that confidence, they're going to feel it. The first girl that you fought, when she came out to the ring, she was beat before she even came out to the center of the ring.
Yeah, and that's another, you do feel it. You can feel the competitor, like, you know, like what he said, the first girl I fought in the first national, she didn't even look at me when we were talking to the ref, and I said, I was like, this guy, it's over already.
Yeah.
If you don't even speak, like, it's over. It's like an energy that you feel, like they'll shell up, but be standing straight up. It's like you feel their soul, like
breaking
how they
their wheel.
Yeah.
Before you even really break it.
Yeah.
In this tournament, she win this tournament. I want her to experience a little bit of international, get a taste of that. Because they're going to invite her, she's going to go to the camp. And we might be going to we might go to Australia, we might go to Germany, and to see that right there. Fight some of those girls from Germany, from Australia, from England, or wherever. You understand what I'm saying? To see that. To however long that we want to do that. So that'd be good. And all it's going to do is just put more into her basket. Mm-hmm. Her value going to go up more. The value already going to be up winning the nationals. But when you can go and fight, boop, 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 and the information on the website and all that right there is up, the content, whatnot. Say, who this girl is? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Then it's more approachable, it's more sellable.
Absolutely.
And bring her right on into the next level.
Which is professional, going professional.
Right.
Understood.
Right to the money.
That's where we headed. Joe, we gonna allow you to give us something. You got any questions for Coach Musa or Tia right now?
Well, yeah, I have another question for Tia. As far as Tia, you don't struggle with your identity. You don't struggle with your confidence. You don't struggle with anything that I know at all. But I'll have to ask you, with this journey you're on now, what or anything have you learned new about Latia Williams? New that, not necessarily to say you didn't know you had, or what this brought out of you, or you just discovered something. This journey that you're on was so magnificent. I can't say that as much or enough. That I'm so proud, Will. I am so proud. But anything new that you've learned about yourself with this new journey you've embarked on?
Not new, more so
revealing.
I can be myself. Coach, I always be like, Tia, be yourself, be yourself. I'm like, Coach, I don't know. He was like, be yourself, be yourself. I said, you sure? He was like, be yourself. They gonna love you. And now I just open up like I'm like a butterfly. I can just fly and be myself. And then especially he be showing me different fighters to watch, and they have different personalities.
Yes.
And I'm like, Coach, that's me. That's what I want to do. I said, Coach, we gonna be dressing up. We gonna be. He's like, oh Lord. But I just get so excited. Like I be telling Coach, like I feel like I was meant to box, because 2 years ago, I'm gonna share this with y'all. 2 years ago, I was praying to God. I said, lead me, guide me to my purpose in life. You know what I'm saying? Everybody asked me what my dream job would be, and I told them my personal dream job is me working out for the rest of my life. And they was like, well, be a trainer. I said, no, I want to personally work out. Coach be showing me fighters. They show me their camps, and they waking up at 5 a.m. running, and they working out from 5 a.m. to like 8 p.m. I said, Coach, I want to do that. Like, that is the dream job for me. Like, I want to be an athlete like that. Like, I love that. Like, I get excited about when he challenged me to do another workout, or when we doing something hard or anything that makes me really, really tired. I be like, oh, I like that. Or some days I don't even want to be in the ring. I be like, I'm glad you made me do it. I feel better that I did it. But sometimes it's just like the extra push. Like, I don't know. I just, my high is a challenge. Like, I love to be challenged. Like, and that's when I feel most alive. And that's what I realize. Like, as long as it's a challenge, I keep going. I feel alive when I'm in the ring. I love what I'm doing. Even though it's fighting, and I know it might sound crazy to some people, but I actually love doing this. And I'm like, it's meant to be. It's meant to be. It's meant for me, to Coach Musa, to be here. It's meant. It's all in God's timing. This is perfect timing. And Coach, when I first started, Coach was like, just what if you had started? What if you kept going 2 years ago? I'd be like, nah, Coach, we're not going to worry about this. We're at perfect time, and right now is the time.
You know, on that note right there, is that I know she loved it. We done came a long ways in a short period of time. Had she had the opportunity and had the right support where she's not working on no job, there won't be no question. I mean, it's like this now, but wouldn't be no question, because that means that whatever we done did from then to now, we'd have been did that double or triple. Mm-hmm. Other stuff would have been there. It wouldn't be no comparison, you know. But she got a lot to go in there with. For sacrificing, she could have stayed on the job, right, to take care of the other things she needed to take care of her responsibility. Then working, and then coming to the gym, and then spending all the time that she spent in, and then still winning. that's what you got to carry in the ring with you.
Right, yeah.
Cause see, them other girls that you're gonna be fighting, they halfway got what I'm saying because they young. A lot of them got their parents and they ain't worrying about it because they just boxing. But they ain't in the heart, they ain't at it like how you at it. That's why you the mama. So when you get in the ring with them, you got to treat them like they the daughter.
Yeah.
Like this is your little niece, girl. I tell you to go sit down somewhere. You know what I'm saying? You got to bring this home.
Right.
If they try to rebel and step up right there, you got to no. You raise your hand at me, you get your whole teeth knocked out your mouth.
Right.
That's the attitude you got to have. You see, when they get touched by you, whatnot, they can already see it. Tell you when they feel that touch, because these girls is not being touched like that in the other gym, because they're young girls. They're 18, they're 19. You don't have that many amateur girls that's boxing at your age. They ain't fully developed. You've been doing this since high school. Your body and all that's packed in. They can't take that. That little Chinese girl that you fought with, she was about to cry. She's strong.
That was my last fight.
You
We
was breaking that girl.
Yes.
She was getting hit with that stuff, you know what I mean? She's strong. He calling the officials and stuff, talking about she was too big and all this. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we didn't tell y'all about
That's
that.
intimidation.
Yeah.
That's what we out for.
And then a couple other girls that fought in the national and whatnot, some of them ain't even fighting.
They went to another weight
They went to
class.
another weight class.
Because they running.
Because they told her, they said, you ain't had no problem. One of the girls said, you ain't had no problem. And then the girl that thought that she, the one that's from Florida, she been looking at Tia Page all the time. Because the coach, I didn't like it a lot too. Well, she got a little way to go. I said, yeah, all right. We're going to see at the Nationals. We're going to see about her. I said, we're going to hopefully she win. And the other girl that was on the Olympic team, she ain't really all of that. She's not all that. She do a little moving, whatnot. But we bring that pressure on her and start banging her back, and Tia starts seeing her moving back, whatnot, and we start bringing that pressure down there, we're going to make her fold.
I love it.
Because, see, will and condition is going to beat experience all day long.
Yes.
Will and conditioning is going to beat experience all day long. Because we're going to take their will. All that experience going out the window. Because they ain't had that will and that been driven like that in the first place.
That's solid, Coach. And
That is solid.
look, I'm looking forward to it. For all our viewers, we'll be sure to have a link below where you'll be able to watch Tia in action. But Tia also talking about breaking the will of opponents. Like Coach said, you got other fighters that may be watching you or might feel like they got more experience. Me, for one, obviously being one of the top supporters and all the believers out there, what is one thing that you can say for the believers that in regards to your opponents or leading up to this does not matter? Just a message to all the supporters that you want to give out right now, because you got quite a bit of them that's been following you on this journey and going to continue following you.
Like I said something the other day, I was like, when I first started, like from my first fight to the first nationals, I had probably like 30, 35 consistent followers. Now I would have way more, but consistent, like within the group message that's tuning in, tapping in. Now we at easily 100 folks right now, and I like I said, my motto, we're gonna make them some believers,
Right.
and they definitely gonna believe after this national. If they don't believe now, they definitely gonna believe. But we gonna believe, we gonna keep praying, we gonna keep putting God first, and I just want to thank everybody that's supporting me through this journey. And I want to say, I know y'all be laughing at me all the time, because I always telling y'all day to day what we doing here in the gym, but it's all worth it. I'm like, it's real. I sometimes make it kind of funny, but at the same time, it's blood, sweat, and tears in here for real, for real. For real, for real. And I just thank y'all for everything, honestly. Especially all the prayers. Because I tell y'all, sometimes y'all can't give me no money, but y'all can throw me a prayer up there.
There you go.
Absolutely. Every time.
Every time, right.
And so for those supporters that do donate in regards to this helping you moving forward, we'll be sure that we provide something for them where they'll be able to capture or see some of the previous fights. I'll be taking care of that or putting that together. But Joe, we've learned so much in the ring today. What are some of your key takeaways, if you don't have any closing remarks or closing questions for both our championship team, Coach Musa and Tia.
Yeah, well, being honored to have your mind wide open to hear different aspects, different viewpoints. Especially this is my sister Tia, and just her will and see her smile about it. She makes it look easy, and I don't want to disrespect the craft at all because it's not easy. I wouldn't get in here. I wouldn't train like that. I would hey, show up for the fight and whatever happens, happens. It's behind the scenes that she takes pride in, and it's behind the scenes that it's her passion. And what my takeaway is that your prayers, your purpose, it's all about fun. When somebody's trying to find what they need to be doing, what's my angle? What now? I always firmly believe it's something that you enjoy doing, something that you feel that you can do for the rest of your life, something that you can entertain and other people get some type of, gratification or something from it, and that's where you are. That's what I've learned. That's where you are, and you're at peace with what you're doing, and the smile says it all, and the letting go of the fear. You don't fear anything about what if this happens, what if that happens. That don't exist. That's what I've gotten out of the debate. It soothes me. It makes me like, Joe, what's wrong with you? You got a lot of fear. There's no fear because you're putting in the work, led by a great trainer, and even talking to you, Mr. Coach Musa, before the knowledge. The knowledge and the want to and the exuberance you give your knowledge and give your wisdom away with is just something I also admire as well, because I see you getting your passion away by giving it away and giving your knowledge. So, man, I'm absorbing it all up. I can't wait to watch this to be able to jot down some notes and jot down some inspiration.
Well, it was a lot of takeaways today for myself. The key thing is just getting in here, understanding the mindset and understanding what it takes to be a champion. It's not necessarily what's done in the ring necessarily, but when the lights are and the cameras is cut off, with the early mornings, the sacrifices of having to go to work part-time or having to deal with these different things. Once you come in the ring and you say, hey, I ain't thinking about nothing. This is like a sanctuary where I know that you're going to dominate. It's no such thing. There's a thin line between arrogance and overly confident. But again, I just say that I'm on the overly confident side because I know Coach Musa done prepared you, and I know you done put in all the work. And like you even alluded to, so many losses throughout the year or last year, and lessons that we can learn from, and we take it and we come in here and we just taking it out. What would Mr. T you say? I pity the fool. That's how I feel about Tia opponents. We say a prayer for the opponent so they don't be beat up too bad. But we coming out here victorious. I'm super proud of Tia and gonna be continuously proud. I just say, I want the belt once it come back. I ain't seen the last one and been able to take a picture with her or anything, but I'm looking forward to showing success. What hard work gets us. We got the picture up in the wall of y'all, so y'all just continue doing what you're doing, and it's an inspiration to all, but more than anything, y'all doing what you passionate about, and that's the key to life. That's the key to our audience understanding. Whatever you're passionate about, whether it's teaching, giving that education and that experience, or whether it's working out and understanding I'm the best athlete in the world, I can inspire others through my work ethic.
Right.
It's important for us to do what we're passionate about and create. Me and Joe is passionate about sports and just digging into what all is in between the lines. I got a shirt that says integrity and over income equals success. So sometimes we don't necessarily get the income immediately, and you can do things that's not a part of your morals, that's not integrity based to get the income, but that's not success. When you moving with integrity or 10x integrity, it might take a longer road for you to reach it, but once you reach the success, then the income gonna come. So that's just what I've been witnessing throughout this entire process, and that's what I believe when we say success don't sleep, and that's just what you embody in here, and that we've been enjoying in Musa's academies at the boxing science here, Joe.
Well, you said it, man. You said it, and just to sum it up, it's just been amazing. The journey, it doesn't stop you. We can't even look. We can't put an ED at the end of any of this thing. You got an ING. It's going. It's ongoing.
Right.
It's what's next, and not skipping any steps, and no regrets, because I've always had the saying that you're going to deal with some pain, and it's going to be either the pain of discipline in what you're going through now, the pain of discipline, and we all know that lasts just a while. Your thighs be a little bit sore, your arms a little tired, you're a little fatigued. That's going to recover. That's going to get better. But the pain of regret.
In boxing, like Coach said, the tip of your eyelids to the bottom of your toenails be sore. Everything.
No.
You go, it's pain.
And I love it, and that's the pain of discipline.
Yeah.
Will your eyes recover?
Yeah, they
Yes,
recover.
anything's going to recover. That's one pain, and that's the pain we need to accept. But then the flip side of that pain is the pain of regret.
Right.
We don't want to live in that pain of regret. I wish I should have, could have.
Right.
If I didn't go through all those things, because trust me, that pain of regret, it doesn't leave.
Right.
That's one of the things that don't go away, that you live for, and you can give a lot of wisdom on that, Coach. The fact that a lot of boxers said, if I'd stuck with it, only if I'd listened to a coach. No, that's not going away. They're going to live with that the rest of their life. They can make some adjustments to overcome that, but that pain is not going. I advise everybody to choose the pain as discipline, and then you'll get where you need to go.
That's good. To sum it up, the final analysis on this right here is that the table has been set
Right.
and we was fed the appetizer. So now we ready for the main course.
Yeah, I like that one.
Well, this in between the lines, myself, Savon Williams, my partner, Joe Hamilton. We got the champions here, Latia Williams, Coach Musa. We at Musa's Academy, the Boxing Science Gym. We appreciate our audience. Comment below and make sure you join and become a believer as we walk towards this road of success.